My one regret in terms of writing in retrospect is that I didn't follow my nose when I was in high school. I was fascinated by the theater. I used to sit in the public library and read Theater Arts magazine, which published a complete modern Broadway play every month, and used to sit and read them. But I guess I didn't have true grit, because I tried out for 2 different plays, and both times lost out to the cheerleader girls who got the parts, and I just decided that I guess I wasn't meant for the stage. And I'm truly sorry now, because I don't think you can write for the stage unless you have theater experience, and I am so sorry that fate gave those cheerleader girls those parts, so that I might very well be a playwright today if I
can't believe you just said that, because I tried out for plays too, and I used to read plays a lot, and I did get the part. But
and you were the cheerleader.
And yes, I was a cheerleader, but anyway, but it wasn't because I was a cheerleader I got the part. I got the part, well, because I could scream loud, and there was a screaming part in it. But anyway, but I found it very hard to organize the whole play. It was like you had to have all the characters in your head, and so that's why I didn't write plays, was because of that. I mean, I was drawn to that a lot. That's really, I can't believe you said that. but and it was very, it's attractive when you're younger, but I couldn't hold all the characters in my head at the same time. And I got confused about blocking and moving people around, and how do you get one person from one side of the stage to the other, and problems like that, which I found out later from a playwright doesn't have a whole. I mean, if you've got the thrust of the play, they're gonna walk across the stage to avoid the gun or whatever. It's gonna be pretty natural, but that's what got in the way of it. Like the structure seemed too big for me, and poetry seemed just perfect. It seemed just the right size. It's just the right size of the bed, like Goldilocks almost.
What do you think? I mean, I think this is an interesting coincidence that both
I do
of
too.
you
This is really odd.
drawn to the stage. Why do you think that is? I mean, what is it about the stage that would be attractive there?
Well, I think that the new American poetry is a dramatic language rather than a lyrical language, and I think that we are approaching a time when we could have a really powerful theater that is written by people who are like Shakespeare, who are poets, and I see it in the plays of David Mamet. That man has a poet's language. He uses common vernacular, vulgar speech, but he uses it the way Shakespeare uses it. I feel the same way about Tom Stoppard. I think that there's a whole powerful set of possibilities for poetic theater right now, and by poetic theater I mean powerful dramas, not abstract, what you described as poetry in the beginning, flowery things, sure. But in fact, people who use the speech of our country, whether it's Chicago, lower East Side speech, or whatever it is, I think that there's just great possibility right now for the theater. But those of us who are poets with no theatrical experience haven't a chance of writing those plays, because we'd just be writing language. We wouldn't be writing plays.
Do you think that
the playwrights are going to be the Sam Shepherds and the David Mamets who grew up, who got the parts in their high school plays and worked backstage, and who write their plays out of their living experience in the theater, exactly the way Shakespeare did. And those of us who are sitting around, I mean, even Yeats, one of the great poets of all time, did not write, in my opinion, great plays, because he was still sitting there at his desk writing plays. He wasn't writing poetry and not writing plays.
What do you think about the idea, though? When I was saying you could do something similar, what do you think about the idea of doing like a format that incorporates characters in a poem, not a play, not an Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, but characters speaking within a play? There are some like that. You have long poems that are
dramatic.
I'd love to have someone make a movie out of the motorcycle betrayal poems, but I wouldn't write the script.
Yeah.
I hope they would use my
But you could have like
books.
dramatic. No, but I mean, like Jules Pfeiffer has dramatic monologues, and you could have types of theater like that. For instance, persona poems strike me as one very serious area where
Well,
you could.
a lot of
I'm just curious
The
about
kind
that.
of things, say, like Dylan
there's
Thomas.
several feminist people who have made Broadway productions out of either kind of anthology of women's voices in poems or the 𝘠𝘭𝘰𝘮 kind of thing where there's
Right.
one author
Right.
who writes that. They've never been very successful, and they aren't plays in the sense of Shakespeare
No.
or David Mamet or Sam Shepard.
Yeah.
They're anthologies. And
I
But you
think
could still get up there. It's almost like the sound of it coming through
no,
an
I think
actor's voice is
I'm
interesting.
encouraging the generation
Yeah.
of students in college now
To look at
to
it.
be serious and to study in theater or have some practical theatrical experience so they open these possibilities to themselves. I think I can teach them a lot about writing for the theater, but in a way that I could never do it myself.